Hey folks, this is Vint with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and once again we're going to look at AI War 2. This is a game that you can currently find on Steam's Early Access program for about 20 bucks. With that being said, the game is due to release on October 22nd, 2019, but the developer assures everyone on the Steam forums that the game will be continued to be worked on after the fact, so the game isn't quote-unquote going gold or anything like that. This is just to release it, and more stuff is coming. I did cover this game about a year ago, and at that point in time, the game was pretty rough around the edges. I'm pleased to report that the game is really playable now. It's a lot of fun. It's still very challenging, though. For those of you that don't know anything about AI War or the successor, which is what we're covering today, it's an RTS, but not a typical RTS. You take on the role of a race that is basically there's AI everywhere, and your goal is to sort of complete your objective without being noticed, because everything you do in this game will raise the AI awareness. And every time you do that, the AI gets harder. So, taking over a system or destroying a key structure, that will all tip the AI awareness up, and it'll tip them off that you're there, and bad things can start happening to you. So you have to kind of pick and choose what systems that you want to take. You have to sort of prioritize what technologies you want. You have to take a look at the different systems that are available and go after key ones that you want, capture those systems while jumping over other ones that may not be so lucrative. Because again, taking over a system, if you just keep taking system after system after system, the computer is going to be like, okay, we know you're here, we're going to send everything at you, and game over. So let's go ahead and show you around. I've already gone over how to play in my prior video about a year ago, but I will still give you an overview here. But I'm going to skim over some stuff. Settings menu, there's a lot here. So I'm going to just say pause the video at any point should you wish to see this in greater detail. There's the game tab here, automation, there's tooltips, there's HUD information, bunch of audio sliders as you can see, display, full screen resolution, all that jazz, cameras, main camera, galaxy camera. Again, pause the video at any point should you want to see more. Networking and debug. Okay, let's go ahead and load up my previous saved game. Before I do that, there is single and multiplayer. From my understanding, though, multiplayer is just a co-op thing. It's you and a friend or whatever against the AI. If I click on multiplayer, you can host a saved game, host a new game, or join one. If you host a new one, oh, it's coming soon. I can't do that yet. I believe that's part of the release build. If you go to single player instead, there's a custom start, quick start. The quick start, basically, you choose different scenarios that you want to do. The difficulties range from like 1 to I think 9 or something like that. And you can choose the pre-existing ones, pre-programmed ones over here to the left. Or you can go to custom start and, well, you can customize almost everything about it. So on the left-hand side, you can choose your map type. There's realistic, octopus, simple, so on and so on. Map linking flavor, original, amnesia, cyclone, planet layout, rectangular, circular, big circle, planet naming style, number of planets. Now, I do remember in the previous builds, I was able to go below 40. I think maybe I have to adjust this. It says, wow, 42, 200. Holy cow, that's a lot. How about simple? All right, that goes down to 40 as well. I'm not sure if there's any that go below 40, to tell you the truth. I do remember in my earlier builds that I was able to do like 10 planets or something like that, but the game didn't recommend that you do that because, you know, you don't have a whole lot of room to expand, and your choices of taking over certain systems were limited. You can mess with the factions. There's the AI, and again, there's like, within the AI, there's like 3 types. There's the Sentinels, there's the Warden, and the Hunter Fleet. And I don't have a working knowledge. Like, I've played this game for several hours, but I am by no means an expert at it. This is a game that you kind of have to play on a regular basis and a lot to understand what's going on. But there's 3 different types of AI going on here. You can adjust the difficulty between 1 and 10. Okay, it maxes out at 10. You can choose their colors. You can choose their type, like full ensemble. Tsunami, Sniper, Base-Oriented, Kite Master, and so on. And then there's the options AI Behaviors, AI Wave settings. There's some balance settings here. So you can mess with the custom game any way you wish to and set it up the way you like. I'm going to go ahead and pick up where I left off camera. Oh, could not load the save games. It's much older. Oh, really? I was just playing earlier today. Let me try that again. Yeah, see, 10/28, 2000. Oh, that's 2018. Here we go. DGA 10/15, 2019. Yeah, it was almost exactly a year ago that I last touched this. All right, well, there we go. 10/15, 2019. I was playing this, yep, an hour and a half. All right, there we go. Okay, so as you can see, the interface got an overhaul for the better. I mean, look at these sharp blue and red lines. I love that. The blue is where you start. In this particular seed, I started here in Murdoch, and I took Zeta over. Then I took Knack over, and then Emerald, Pandora, and this is messing with me a bit because, like I said, I have OCD, for those of you that know me, and I have to take over every single system possible in the RTSs that I play that are similar to this, but I can't do that here. So I kind of have to bypass like these ones that are off to the side. If you hover your mouse below each of these systems, you'll be able to see, I think they're planets, but anyway, if you hover your mouse beneath them, you'll see what the bonuses are for taking that area. So for this one, Advanced Research Station, on the very bottom, there's a crap ton of numbers, there's information. Holding Shift hides tooltips, whereas Control gives you more information in case what you had wasn't enough. So, like, by taking over this system, I can get this Advanced Research Station that will grant me a Devastator ship. I can grant a ship line, reroll ARS contents. Some of this stuff may be Greek to you. But long story short, you'll be able to see what the benefits are for taking that system and decide, okay, do I want to take this system? Is it worth taking? Should I just skip past it and do something else? And so on, so on. For example, you'll note that my main fleet is here. There's two numbers in blue there. One's 22, the other one's 0. The top number is the current fleet status, any ships that you have. The bottom number is like building defense. So you'll notice that in Lyonese here, I have 0 for the top number and 4 for the bottom number. Well, that 4 strength, that S4, that is basically my turrets that I've put in that system. Okay. Very top of the screen, there's a bunch of things like there's how much metal I have, how much energy I have. You can click on these things to, I have to unpause to see how that's flowing, but you can see how much I've got stored, what my inflow is, and so on, how much energy I have. Science will unlock new technologies and make ships stronger. AI progress, this is what I was talking about. On lower difficulties, they kind of give you more leeway to do crazy things, but in harder difficulties, you kind of pick and choose what you want to do. In AI difficulty 1, counterattacks unlock at AIP 100, meaning that once AI progress reaches 100, I'll start to experience counterattacks by the AI. Right now, my progress is 22. Now, I've earned over 100 at this point, but I found certain systems that will reduce that. For example, let's see if I can find one. And there's a lot of information on the very bottom there, but there's one that says AI progress will rise by 20 if this dies. AI progress will be reduced by 140 if all of the remaining 4 of these die. So basically, there's like 5 of these coprocessors, I guess they're called. And by killing one, you're raising the AI threat. However, if you kill all of them, you're going to reduce it greatly. So you can take a risk. Do you want to start taking them out and raise your AI progress with the hopes of getting rid of all of them and then knocking the AI progress like back down in a huge manner later on? There are some that are just standard, like here's the status center. AI progress will be reduced by 20 if this dies. Very simple. You don't have to do anything else. Just knock it out. Done. So yeah, again, you're going to be looking at these various systems and trying to figure out what you want. And this AI progress will be affected by what you do. You can see the threat. You can see the strength of enemy ships on your planets. Left-hand side, you can see the view of what's currently going on at the planet you've selected. So if I have this Golem 2 here selected, and I've got all of these blue ships are mine. These are all the ships I have in this system. Any allies that I might have, because I may have liberated them or did something in a prior system to free them. Any enemies in red that show up, and then any like special buildings, harvesters, that kind of thing. The next one down is fleets. This is the part I understand the least, but based on my understanding of what's going on, like in the prior build, I had to manually build ships. In this game, I can't do that. Or in this build, I can't do that. I cannot build individual ships by click, 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 click. Like, let's say I want to build 10 of a particular ship. I can't do it. Instead, I have to create a strike force, click on, I guess, a fleet, and swap out. Like, this first fleet, this strike Fread here. Oh, let me find a better example. Here we go. Strike Umnut. Strike Umnut. This is a strike force that I currently have at this location. And in that fleet, I've got Stingray Hydra Mark 1s and Parasite Hydra Mark 2s. If I want to swap out the type, I can do that. Like, I can choose Force Field Frigates instead. I can borrow these fleets from other fleets. Or I can borrow these ships from other fleets, basically. So it's different. It's kind of weird. I mean, I can see why they're streamlining it to make it easier for players, but at the same time, I kind of miss the ability just to build a whole bunch of ships that I want, 10 of these, 20 of these, and have at it. But instead, we have this fleet system. I'm still not used to it, but I can see where it might be cool. I can't build anything here because I don't have direct control of it. In order to build in a system, you have to knock out the AI building, which is this orange thing that I've surrounded, this AI command station. If I told all of these ships to attack this thing and destroy it, then I could put buildings at this location and start making factories and other things, engineers to construct. But again, I don't think I want to do that. There's nothing here that I really want, honestly. So, yeah. Now, capturing a system or a planet, whatever, grants you research over time. In prior builds, you had to build a research station over an area that you controlled. In this build, all you have to do is capture the system. There's no science station to put down. It's just you start collecting science automatically. If you don't have a system under your control, there is a tech or hack button. And this hack button, for example, covert science extraction. So I can steal science, technology points, whatever, by spending hacking points. In fact, everything, this hack menu, I can spend hacking points to weaken AI turrets. I can just put a spy on the planet or just watch it, whatever. I can do various things depending on the planet and what buildings are at this location. So that's that. Technology, this is where you spend your blue science research points. As you can see, there's quite a bit here. I don't have a method to my madness yet. I'm just upgrading various ships, their damages, and just trying out different things. This Outguard tab, these are like allies that I'm finding by hacking certain things. They show up and do things for me, which is awesome. These are on call, so I can call them in via the cost of metal. Lastly, there's intel. This basically tells me what systems are nearby, their strength estimate, their defense estimate, that kind of thing. Bottom left-hand corner, there's the pause button, settings menu. Okay, so I think that's enough explanation for right now. Let's go ahead and unpause. I don't remember what I was doing earlier, honestly. Oh, here we go. I'm currently hacking. Ongoing covert science extraction hack. So that's what I explained earlier. I did not take this planet. Instead, I spent hacking points to grab science from this location. And the enemy doesn't like that, so he's spawning enemy troops to stop me. But I've got a crap ton of ships here. That's not... I don't have anything to worry about. As soon as they spawn, they just get blown up. Okay, so let's take... Now, control left-click lets you, like, warp through these gates. Or you can hit tab, zoom out, and then you can go to the one you want, double-click, and there you go. What I like to do is I like to do this view. Hover over below each planet and see what it has to offer. This one is an advanced research station, grants a ramifier ship, Grants a ship line. I can convert ARS to science, meaning instead of taking a ship line, I can take science a bonus instead. This coprocessor is one of the 4 that I need to destroy in order to reduce my AI progress by 140, but again, it goes up by 20 every time I do that. There's also enemy strength at these locations. If you note the little Roman numeral right below the planet and above the buildings, that says 4. So that's like an estimate of how strong the structures are at that location. You can also see their strength estimate. It says S14 question mark. And I've got a strength of 22, 21 here, so like I think I'm okay to go after that, but we'll see. So it looks like my tech is done, so I think we're ready to move on to a different location. What's this one? Distribution node. What does this do? Stockpile of some science and a lot of hacking points. Grants them to the player destroying it at a very minor AI progress cost. AI progress will rise by 1 if this dies. If a player kills this unit, they get 1,000 science. If the player kills this unit, they also get 20 hacking points. Okay, I think we might want to come down this way. It's actually easier, strength of 7. And it has a Roman numeral 3 strength. So let's grab all of my ships here. Do I actually? Yeah, that's fine. Hit tab, control right click. Right clicking is not enough. You have to control right click, otherwise they'll gather at these gates and just sit there. You have to actually control right click to interact with these little gateways. Or control left click just to go through it. Now, as far as ship construction, my flagships seem to just spawn new ships when my old ones die. So, like, I don't have to go back to my factories on my other worlds and queue up more ships. They just automatically spawn, which is kind of nice. Some of these posts slash guard turrets, whatever you want to call them, are pretty darn strong. Tons of health. That's one. Another interesting thing, when your shield units take damage, the shield bubble actually shrinks and covers less of an area. I just think that's interesting. See, note this shield is reducing in size the more it gets hit. Okay. I think it's this building. Yep. I'll get 1,000 science by destroying this building. Well, that was quick. Alright, now again, this structure here is the AI command station. I see no reason to take this over. Like, there's nothing here that I really want. Let's check my hack anyway. Covert, science extraction. Yeah, there's nothing really here that I'd want from this system, so I'm just going to covert science extraction. Again, you can earn science without taking over the system, but you have to spend your hacking points to do it, and that's what I'm doing right now. The more you use your hacking abilities, though, the more the AI will take notice of it. Oh, that looks nasty. Pandora is under attack. Oh, yeah, it's fine. My strength is 15. Theirs is 0.19. Yeah. So as far as what you have access to, in terms of building, now this is a system that I currently have under my control. There's 3 different types of stations. There's military, economic, and logistics. And each one will give you different caps on the buildings that you have available to you. So for example, if I click on the build menu, I can build engineers, factories, matter converters, ambush turrets, pike turrets, grenade launcher turrets, tachyon arrays, so on. There's also I can switch that over from military to economic or logistical on a whim. I can also access or build custom fleets from here. But what I choose as my station, whether it be military, economic, or logistics, that'll affect the caps. So, for example, the pike turret says 5 out of 5 here. But if I were to take, say, the economic station, the pike turret cap might be 3 or 2 instead of 5. So you have to kind of think, okay, what do I want to use this system for? Do I want to use it for economic? Do I want to use it for logistics? What have you? So, let's go back out of here, tab, and how we doing? Oh yeah, we're fine. Oh! Looks like they called in the cavalry here. Again, I have no interest in taking this system, this planet. I'm just gonna... I should probably group move, just saying. There is a group move option, that way they all go at the same speed. I think that's the G key. Pretty crazy. Just saying. Okay, so I think this system is sufficiently tapped out. If I hover my mouse over this tech, it just says current science 7500. I'm not taking any science right now. Alright, let's take a look at our next. The next one is to the east here. Advanced Research Station, Armored Golem Arc Mark 1. Interesting. Rebuild allied units from remains. So this is something I can take over at some point. A durable flagship with good firepower on all targets. One complaint, I don't want to say complaint, but one point of interest is that there's a ton of information in these tooltips. And that's just the basic tooltip. Again, hitting control reveals more. So if you're interested in learning how the inner workings of a game plays, then definitely take the time to read all of these tooltips in detail. I'm taking a more casual approach to it, but probably to my detriment. And the goal here is I think I have to find, if it's the same objective as my earlier build from like a year ago, there's a super enemy ship something that I have to find and kill. So that's my objective, and I'm sure he's probably somewhere over here. You'll notice the tiers are like 5, 6. So these systems are getting more and more difficult as I venture to the east. So more than likely it's somewhere over here. It's going to take a while to get to because I have to systematically go from place to place, watching what I'm doing, and so on. So again, I didn't want to take too much time and do like a 45-minute playthrough. Maybe I'll do a live stream in the future if you want. But my goal today was to show you what the game looks like now in preparation for the release coming on October 22nd. So yeah, I gotta say it's really cool so far. And it's not a review or anything, but I do enjoy the idea of AI war. I do find some of the concepts a little difficult sometimes. Again, I'm having a hard time with the fleet system. I want to build more ships, but I can't seem to figure out how to do it. And I think I'm locked into the whole, well, you have to, I guess the number of ships that you can, I guess, assign to your fleet is limited by the ship lines that were mentioned, aforementioned. So again, that's new to me. I might have to replay the tutorial and give myself a refresher course. So anyway, AI War 2, really cool. $20 on Steam's early access, and according to the Steam store page, it'll be the same price come release. I don't know if there's going to be a discount, but it should still be at least $20 or less. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I'm going to publish. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.